Unfortunately, pain has become a big part of everyday life for a lot of people, whether it be the occasional headache or debilitating chronic pain. It's something all of us have had to deal with at one point or another.
Yeah, it is, and a lot of people head straight to the medicine cabinet to load up on anything and everything that will help take the pain away. But new warning labels may have you feeling a little differently. These prescription pain medications and more are now going to come with stronger warnings. The FDA wants labels to caution that non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs, cause an increased risk of heart attack and stroke.
Previously, the warning stated that these drugs may cause an increased risk of heart attack and stroke. They're also going to say that the risk can happen within the first few weeks of using these drugs.
The drugs are widely used to treat pain for chronic problems like arthritis, back pain, headaches, and muscle aches. The association that represents non-prescription drug makers promised to work with federal regulators and says that these over-the-counter pain relievers have a long history of safety when used as directed. But other experts are not so sure.
Before, we used to think about it really affecting people who might be at higher cardiovascular risk, people who've had heart attack and stroke, or people who have risk factors for heart disease that are at the highest risk. But what this highlights is that everybody is at risk.
Wow. Over-the-counter NSAIDs such as ibuprofen and naproxen are also in for new labels that include more information about cardiovascular risks. But the FDA says the new warning does not apply to aspirin. Now, the FDA also recommends that patients take the lowest effective dose of these painkillers for the shortest amount of time possible.
And experts say the risk of heart attack and stroke isn't the only valid concern when it comes to common pain relievers. The overuse of these drugs has been shown to cause liver problems as well.
And just to be safe while taking medication, there are a few things doctors say to keep in mind. According to the American Academy of Family Physicians, you want to limit how often you take over-the-counter medications. Don't use them unless you really need to. Also, if you're taking any prescription medications, speak with your doctor and your pharmacist before taking any over-the-counter medications. Be careful when mixing these medicines with food and drink. Don't stir them into your food or take capsules apart unless speaking with your doctor first. That could change how your body interacts with the medication. And finally, it is not a good idea to mix the drugs with any alcoholic drinks. And finally, it is not a good idea to mix the drugs with any alcoholic drinks.
Well, instead of taking the risk, wouldn't it be nice if you could find relief in some of the foods you're already eating? Well, you can. Instead of reaching into the medicine cabinet, you can now reach into your kitchen cabinet to find relief from the constant pain. Here are 6 natural ingredients that could have you feeling better in no time.
It was awful. I felt like I was 90 years old. Waking up every morning, it took me at least a half an hour, 45 minutes to get out of bed.
When traditional medicine didn't work, Terry tried tart cherry juice every day on the recommendation of dietitian Leslie Bonsi, and it worked.
30 days later, my pain was gone.
Completely gone?
Completely gone.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes, so it was an absolute miracle for me.
The key is it has to be tart, and you have to drink it every day. 8 ounces of juice or 1 tablespoon of the concentrate. Bonsi says this is just one of many food products that can reduce pain. Saffron has been used for centuries.
It comes from Middle East and from Asia, and this is like gold. I mean, it's very, very costly because it's very, very rare.
Saffron adds unique flavor to foods, but it can also be taken as a supplement. A new study in the Clinical Journal of Sports Medicine found that daily saffron supplements were more effective at preventing muscle weakness and pain after strenuous exercise than anti-inflammatory drugs. Another Asian spice for pain, turmeric. It's been proven to be a potent anti-inflammatory going back thousands of years, helping not only with pain from arthritis, but also protection against cognitive decline, cancer, and heart disease. But to get all those effects, use the spice instead of the pill.
Going back to the way it used to be, this is what people used to do, and this is also what they do in many other countries of the world.
Ginger has been proven to help with muscle soreness that comes on hours after you exercise or exert your body. You need 500 milligrams a day. That's about 1 inch of ginger root, 1/4 teaspoon of the spice, or you can get it in a supplement. And if you like it hot, there's cayenne. It can be used as a cream you rub on the affected area or eat it as a powder in cracked pepper or as a liquid in Tabasco sauce.
The most important thing is that when you're doing something that's not just a straight cayenne, look to make sure that in the list of ingredients there is cayenne. Not all peppers are created equal.
And something you may already be having, caffeine.
Other people have noticed that when they do this, they rely a little bit less on some of their other anti-inflammatories that they take. So that caffeine might mean less aspirin, less Motrin, less acetaminophen, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Bonsi created this performance shot for members of a professional baseball team before each game. Made of tart cherry juice, pineapple juice, ginger, turmeric, and grated orange peel. Another way you can get these all-natural pain relievers into your daily diet. With all of these food products, to see results, you have to be consistent. Terry learned the hard way when her pain returned when she forgot her juice on a vacation.
You have to be absolutely adamant and persistent with taking this, just like any other medication.
Terry's been pain-free for 3 years now and is still taking her tart cherry juice every day.
Got to try that.
Yeah.
Well, still ahead on Delmarva Life, a few things that you'll want to be sure are in your pantry. Coming up next, local blogger Lynn Mateva takes us through a few of her favorite kitchen hacks. You're going to find out which easy-to-find household items could save you money and mess.
But first, let's make a stop in Rachel Ray's kitchen. She has a handy how-to for your sweet summer treats this summer.
You know, sometimes the ice cream can just get too frozen. It won't come out of the container. Here's a great solution. It's a lot easier than dealing with scooping it, especially if you're cooking for a crowd. Just take a nice sharp kitchen knife, cut away the container, and use the slices as your portion control. Plus, you could just pull the entire container away from the ice cream itself. How great is that tip?